Minister of Defense and Military Production General Mohammed Zaki witnessed the final stage of the Bright Star 2021 joint military exercise, which were held at Mohammed Naguib Military Base and the training fields of the Northern Military Zone. The final stage was attended by the Armed Forces Chief of Staff, commanders of the main branches of the Armed Forces, and the number of senior commanders of the Armed Forces. 21 countries, including the Arab and the African countries, participated in the exercise, which took place during the period from September the 2nd till September the 17th. The training is considered one of the biggest and the most important exercises worldwide. The goals of the exercise included training on the combat acts, developing joint action, as well as getting to know the latest international combat systems. It also aims at enhancing the strategic and the security ties among the participating countries, exchanging expertise, as well as developing the combat techniques among them. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli received the delegation from the World Bank. During the meeting, they discussed the system of modernizing the registration of the lands and the real estates in Egypt. The Prime Minister stressed that Egypt seeks to put a new system to register the lands and the real estate in Egypt within a few years. The Prime Minister also gave his directives to review the possibility of applying the experimental models of the system in new cities and newly developed areas, and then in the old areas. For her part, Minister of International Cooperation Dr. Rania Al-Mashot said that a ministerial committee has prepared a draft program to modernize the registration system in cooperation with the World Bank. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli said that the Egyptian state is keeping its drive to meet the Sustainable Development Goals according to the Egyptian Vision 2030. His remarks came as he reviewed the report by the Cabinet's Information and Decision Support Center entitled The Efforts on the Road to Development. The report cited several improved rankings that Egypt acquired in the international indices this year, including position 8 among the Arab countries and position 69 globally in the Best Quality of Life Index. Egypt was also among top 10 most developing countries in regard to the equality markets and the infrastructure in the years between 2010 and 2020. Egypt also jumped up 38 positions among the most secure world countries in 2021, while it managed to reduce the poverty rates by 5.2%. On the sidelines of the Forum of Digital Transformation at the Higher Education and Scientific Research, Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research Dr. Khalid Abdel Ghaffar held a meeting with a number of heads of private universities with the attendance of the Secretary General of the Council of Private and National Universities, Dr. Khalid Al-Ghurr. The meeting discussed the electronic admission for the students in the private universities, in addition to studying extending payment periods of the university fees, as well as reducing the minimum score for applying the private universities. In the framework of the participation in the Euro-Asian Media Forum in the 17th session in the city of Nur Sultan, Kazakhstan, Head of the National Media Authority Hussein Zain met with the Kazakh Minister of Information and Social Development, Aida Balayeva. During the meeting, the Kazakh minister reiterated the importance of bilateral cooperation in the field of media, especially with the National Media Authority, to benefit from the authority's expertise. For his part, Zain stressed the significance of activating the exchange programs. In another meeting, the head of the National Media Authority met with the head of Kazakhstan's news channel, Khabar, his deputy, and the manager of the channel's international cooperation sector. Both sides agreed on carrying out intensified training courses as well as exchanging expertise. The debate over whether the Americans should receive a booster dose of the COVID-19